Okay, buddy.
What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 223 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. It's Kyle and Ben kicking it old school. Nate's still out. He's going to be back soon. Had his little girl. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's happy. When you're listening to this, they should be on their way home. So everything went great.
Yes.
And we're real excited. Can't wait to meet the little one. And Nate is essentially he has become the child that he's had almost in the excitement that he has. It's awesome. We're all fired up for him. So tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online. Going to go right into sports gambling.
I mean,
betting.
we go from kids to gambling.
You know what? When you get kids, you gotta create income somewhere.
Look,
Why not do
I'm
it?
drinking, and you're talking about gambling, and we're bragging about Nate having a kid.
You got to create it. You got to create income somewhere. Why not bet online? I mean, why not become a professional sports gambler? You get to start off with a bang. You get to use a coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV, and get a 50% bonus on top of your first deposit. So you give them $100, they're going to give you 50 back free to play with. So there you go.
Hey, Kyle,
there you go. Go ahead and build wealth.
The free play did me well this weekend.
Good.
Let me just say.
Load it up. You got sports, college football, NFL starts this weekend. You're going to have golf season start to ramp up. Tons of stuff to bet on. NBA, not NBA. NBA,
NFL,
all the pro sports, the pro sport. Because you're winding down. NBA hadn't started yet. You're winding down on baseball. You're getting into baseball playoffs. So tons of stuff to bet on. Bet online. It's where the game starts.
Gentlemen, when you make your picks, there's a little lever down there at the bottom when you get your free play. Click that thing, activate it. That doesn't take away from your cash money. That takes away from your free play, but yet it still fulfills your wallet when you win. Now, if you lose, blame Nate. Don't blame us, because the both of us are sitting here and we're proud supporters, and you got winners on the show tonight. Okay.
There you go. All right. So speaking of winners, we took Monday off for Labor Day, but there were some big winners this weekend. All of them. There's 48 of them. LIV Tour golfers. They all win. Everybody wins money.
Everybody.
Great. I'll say this. So if you didn't watch it, it came down to a three-way playoff, and Dustin Johnson hit he made an eagle on the very first playoff hole, and it was going 63 miles an hour when it hit the back of the hole, popped up, goes in. It was electric. I'll say this, of all the events that they've had, all the talk, this one to me was the one that is making the PGA Tour a little bit more nervous, because the virality of the video that went around on Twitter, that's going to make TV companies going to want to be a part of it. They can say nobody was there. There was a ton of people around that green.
Yeah.
They were all going nuts. It was a good product. This is the best one they've had so far. I feel like 175,000 plus views live streaming on YouTube at one point in time. That's big on YouTube. I mean, that's about as big as it gets on YouTube. So a lot of good stuff. Ben, you watched a lot of it. What'd you think?
I watched the entire Sunday round just because I logged on, and the wife, no shame about it, as we live in the woods, so you have to do online streaming only. So we just switched to YouTube TV, which automatically includes you in YouTube Premium. So they've got little extras and that kind of thing. It's supposed to be in higher definition than regular YouTube. So I watched it. It was fantastic. I mean, I was texting Kyle towards the end, and I was like, this is nut cutting time. It's getting close. And then I even said, we got playoffs. And even though he's watching and I'm watching, that's still the kind of thing that we do on Sundays, regardless if it's PGA Tour. And I'm sure we're not the only ones to do it. That's why I've said, be pro golf. Don't be anti this or anti that. Just be pro golf, because Kyle and I had a fun time texting each other about the damn tournament on Sunday, regardless of where it was or who it was, or it could have been. I mean, honestly, I'm flipping back and forth between that and Corn Ferry, because those guys getting their cards, but that was really anticlimactic, because all 25, they already had it in the house about, like, basically who 1 through 23 was. So you were kind of waiting to see who teetered on 24 and 25.
Yeah.
But other than that, That was electric at the end, man. I mean, Lee Westwood had a chance and he blew it, and which is typical Lee Westwood fashion, which was awesome. So I enjoyed that. And then DJ, hitting that bomb on the first playoff hole. There's been people that have complained about, it's not like the PGA Tour where the guys were like high-fiving their competitors. Yes, they do. They all go in there at the end and they're in the tent and they know each other and they're congratulating each other. Stop
Rory
with that.
goes and apologizes to other players' parents. Is like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? We don't high five.
If you guys want to compare, let's compare weekend to weekend.
Yeah.
Rory walks off at 18 after winning $18 million and immediately walks up to Scotty's parents and is like, I'm sorry. Where DJ is high-fiving his competitors and they jump on a private plane, popping bottles and shrimp cocktails and having a blast.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Fantastic.
So a couple takeaways. Number one, the four aces can't be beat. They will never lose. They will never lose.
Yeah, I don't know who got. Was this a draft? Because I got to be honest with you, somebody got screwed on this deal, man.
Yeah, DJ somehow. I mean, but there's some good players. There's some really good players out there. Like his team is good, but I mean, it's basically him and Patrick Reed. And Pat Perez is just happy to be there. He's just happy to be there. He hasn't finished better than like 15th, I don't think, out of 48 people.
Yeah.
And 2 times it was in the 30s. So, and then who's the third on their team? Is it Gooch?
Is it Gooch? It's Tyler, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Gooch. So the four aces, they're on. This could be the greatest sports dynasty. There'll be a 30 for 30 on the four aces. So there's that.
Didn't you tweet that, by the way?
Oh yeah. That's I don't know which, the Yankees or the four aces. I don't know. We'll history will tell. History will tell. Another thing, it was really funny. Anirban Lahiri, was he not one of the three in the play?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
He said, "Well, at least I beat Cam Smith this time because it was TPC Sawgrass. I think that was the one he was going against Cam Smith, and then Cam Smith obviously ended up winning the Players. So that was really funny. Hey, we got shorts.
Yes.
Liv comes out and says, "Hey, we're gonna wear shorts." Way low hanging fruit, super low hanging fruit, and I think they nailed that. They think that.
Do what now?
No, I think they nailed that. I mean, shorts, if you're going to be different, you're going to go. That was the lowest hanging, easiest fruit that they could have gone for.
I love the backlash that they got from that when all it was a simple Greg Norman tweet that's like, we're wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And everybody freaked out, and even the Chamblees of the world and the talking heads of Golf Channel, they were like, see, this is why it's not. I'm like, guys, hold up. Y'all are the ones
loving this.
They were the ones completely pushing for shorts for practice rounds because players were getting overheated, pushing for shorts for caddies at any round. And now all of a sudden, when another group is doing it, it's like, that is so faux pas. Do not do that. You're not allowed. You're supposed to be professional. I'm like, bro, they're playing golf. Okay.
And it's like 1,000 degrees right now. So
that's like when people complain about a guy grabbing his crotch at a baseball game.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a baseball game. Or when they talked about the kid this past weekend that actually, like, after he had an interception or whatever, he threw up on the sideline and they're like, I can't believe they're showing that in sports. I'm like, he just ran 1,000 yards. He's gonna puke.
Yeah. So great deal. This is controversial between us three though, and that's because Nate, we did an episode how to make golf better, how to make the PGA better, and shorts was one of them, or something like that, or dumb rules in golf, and we said shorts. Nate is pro pants. He's always been.
I know, which is
Nate is a sentimental traditionalist. Believe it or not, he is. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. He wears shorts, but he loves golf pants. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. So I was wondering how he would handle this, and he prepared a statement, and he wants me to read.
Let me get ready for notes here because
he wants me to read this statement.
Text to me was,
he didn't want Ben to have any
please
anything.
Read it live so I can get Ben's reaction.
Yep. All right. So here we go. Kyle and Ben have asked me to prepare a brief statement about shorts on the LIV Tour because, quite frankly, I am the de facto voice on this podcast concerning shorts. I've built an entire professional reputation around my inseam, while Kyle and Ben are stuck wearing the same shorts that were popular 15 years ago. That being said, I'm torn on this. While change and evolution are good, there are still some aspects of tradition in the game that I hold near and dear. You know, how bad would the green jacket look if you put it on a dude wearing shorts? That's actually a good point. Worse than Smiley Kaufman and a pro member, and yes, he's the member in this situation. However, the LIV Tour has no green jackets, only green money, and no conscience. So why the hell not? They shotgun start, they have teams, and they can't even get world ranking points at the moment. Bring out the Daisy Dukes and let the boys play. That'll just be one more thing for Rory to make a from the desk of Jay Monahan statement about. By the way, Rory might win the PGA Tour Player of the Year and it'll go down in history as the least deserving of the title ever. It'll be worse than Crash winning the Oscar in 04. Kyle has no idea what I'm talking about, but Ben might.
Have you seen that movie?
I know, never seen it. That's all for now. Dad, life is dope. Love you all. Shalom. So that was Nate's statement on the shorts.
A couple of takes. Number one, Crash was a shit movie, so he's right. It should not have. he made a phenomenal. He's right. I do know what he's talking about. You don't, so it was terrible. Number two, he is correct. Like they got into this, LIV did, to say we're gonna be different than your traditional golf.
Exactly.
And we're gonna have fun. Let me tell you something. They have music that you can hear during the tournament on the driving range.
Best thing I saw. Hold on, I forgot about this.
And then
you're pissed about shorts.
This is kind of goes along with that. I've never. This was not even ever even at a PGA Tour event. Matt Wolff hit a hole-in-one, first hole-in-one for LIV Golf. When he tees off now, there's the whole crowd goes, "Ow!" for Matt Wolff. It's great. It's great. And then he hold out. But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
It doesn't even matter. That's the thing is this is their brand. Like you knew this going in, they were going to do stuff that was different than the norm to cater to everyday golfers.
Let me.
Kyle and I have talked about. There are clubs where we've gone to play where you're required to wear shorts. I mean, required to wear pants.
Yes.
We're fine with that. That's the club's decision. I have zero problem with it. If they go down to Trump National down in Florida and he says you have to wear pants or nothing, then they should all have to wear pants. It's a club rule. But if the club doesn't have the rule and they're playing at a club, then they get a choice. Yeah, let them play. Let them, you know what? Let them get a freaking sponsorship. Let's get Duckhead back on the reservation.
Wow. Nate called that one.
What
about Chubbies? Get Chubbies in the game.
Let's go.
So I am
Bill. Here's it. Tell me if you
go short. And the ones that Tiger wore in the match because they were way too long. He didn't need to wear those.
To put a bow on all this before we move on to the next thing, LIV to me has success. All right, so put a bow on it really quick. The LIV Tour has successfully bottled, is it 15 or 16 at the Waste Management throughout the whole that atmosphere. It's that atmosphere the whole time.
18 was 16 at the Waste Management with not as many people. And the thing is that they continue to have 18s like they did this past weekend. It will turn into 16 at the Waste Management before it's all said and done with.
And that's not for everybody. But it makes it a more of a appealing things to the younger crowd, which is, that's obviously is the young crowd is always the future. So
Kyle, you and I talk about this, and this past weekend is not a good example. You follow, you've helped out with other shows, and you've even helped out with me on my morning show, talking football talk and that kind of thing. This is what Oregon bottled up years ago when they started doing the uniform changes.
Sure.
And people were always like, that's stupid. It's flashy. Nobody likes it. You know what? People keep showing up to take tours of their campus to put those uniforms on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it caters to a crowd that may not be your traditional crowd, but it caters to a crowd. And
it's like Happy Gilmore's fan club. It's exactly what it's like. There's two bikers having sex in the woods off 16.
It's
but
Happy
you know what?
Gilmore. It's 10 cup.
They're selling tickets.
It's 10 cup. It's the guys sleeping in Winnebago's eating a Waffle House, except this time they got $4.5 million in their pocket. Know what I'm saying?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that next. But before we go there, you want to look like $4 million? You need to check out Swannies.co. Use coupon code DadbodGolfPod -25. Take 25% off literally every order for the rest of history until they just turn our code off. So they got the subscription box coming up, the quarterly subscription box coming up. We all have one coming. We're going to do an unboxing video. It's like $80. You get $150 worth of a gear for $80. And then if you use the coupon code, you can get it for like $65. It's an unbelievable deal. A lot of dudes, if you're like me, you don't think ahead. You just kind of shop. When you do shop, it's for like how you feel right now. And then by the time you get it, the seasons have changed. So this gets you seasonal, gets you ready, and you're going to look good. So check them out, Swannies.co. It's where fashion starts. All right.
And here's to Kyle waiting to unbox before the other two of us get our boxes.
Yes, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait this time. I'm gonna wait this time. I promise.
You told us that last time. You promised last time.
I think I'm getting all three, and I will disperse them. So
we'll just come to your house. We'll all open them together.
There you go. There you go. All right. So talking about money, points, things like that. There's still no world golf ranking points. So the first round really that kicks off the DP World Tour is this weekend. It's the JG Wentworth 877 Cash Now Open or something like that.
BMW Open or something.
Whatever.
They even combine sponsors so they can find enough money to pay people.
There you go. Well, it's something the Wentworth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the PGA Tour European guys, this is the one they'll immediately go play. Big purse, and they get their Ryder Cup points. You got to play in like 4 events a year or something like that to be able to accrue enough Ryder points to be on Team Europe. Well, somehow the LIV Tour guys are able. A lot of the LIV Tour guys are able to get into this event. I don't know I don't know how that worked out. I thought
suspensions have not been handed out by the DP World Tour for players yet.
Yeah, they haven't quite put it out there. So a lot of those guys, I think around 18 of them, are going there to get world ranking points. And there have been some really, really dumb comments. Particularly, we're going to discuss Jon Rahm and
Billy Horschel.
Billy Horse's Ashel. We're going to talk about those two comments in general. Do you have them pulled up, Ben? You want to take a run at them? Let's go Jon Rahm first, because I could throw my computer across the room over his comments. And because he hasn't said anything yet, and I really like him, and this is the dumbest thing ever, but go ahead and read it.
First off, before you get mad at Rahm, because I read what was on Twitter and then I read what was in this article, and I actually sided more with him than I did Billy Horschel. And the reason being is because we all have a hot button, especially when it comes to personal stuff. And this became personal to him. And I'll tell you why. Here's what he says. He says, what I don't understand, without naming names, is some players that have never shown any interest in the European Tour have never shown any interest in playing this event, being given an opportunity just because they can get world ranking points and hopefully make majors next year. However, that's not where he stopped. That's what you saw on Twitter. If you read the rest of the comments, a perfect example, a good friend of mine, here's the personal part, is the first one out in the entry list right now. Doesn't hurt me, but it does bug me that somebody who has played over 20 European Tour events this year cannot be given the opportunity to play in a flagship event because some people that earned it to an extent are being given an opportunity when they couldn't care less about the event. End quote. That was Jon Rahm's.
Okay. I don't think that
makes it any better. That doesn't make it any better, because you know what? People get kicked out of event. People get shut out of events all the time. Those guys earned it. So you know what? Your buddy needs to play better.
And he said that. He even said that. He said, because these guys, quote unquote, earned it. It's like, well, they did, or else they wouldn't have been invited.
They couldn't be invited. They can't play in it if they didn't earn it. Whatever. Your buddy didn't earn it. Sorry. He's not better than the guys that are playing in it. So you know what? Get over it. Here's my rebuttal. The only reason you're playing in that event, you came to America to make more money. You left you didn't go to the European Tour because you knew there's more money in America. The only reason you're playing in that event is because it's got one of the bigger purses, and it's one of the 4 that you play, so you can be on the Ryder Cup. So don't spare me that I care about the European Tour. You don't give a flying you know what about the European Tour. You care about your pocketbook, and I respect that. That's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to help ourselves, get get to the top of whatever we can get to. Spare me. You know what? They don't want to play in this event. They don't want to play in it. They have to, because everybody's against the LIV Tour having world ranking points.
Thank you.
Let me tell you what, if they granted the LIV Tour world ranking points, your shitty buddy would be able to play in it. The one that couldn't make it on his own because better players wanted to go play in it. If you give them world ranking points, then he could play in it. So what are we talking about?
Here's my rebuttal to Rahm. I get the personal thing. If somebody said something and then they were like, but we're not going to let Kyle do this, I'd be like, okay, that's BS, because he's my buddy. Like, that would, you see what I'm saying? Like, I would take it personal. However, here's the problem I had when he says, because you're right, he is playing in this for his world ranking point. Well, not even for his world ranking points. You set me straight, because you're right. He's playing in this so he can get his Ryder Cup points.
Yeah.
It's a Ryder Cup year. He has said there are 4 tournaments he has to play in every year in order to accrue Ryder Cup points. This is one of those 4.
It's one of the bigger purses.
Which is what he said that last press conference. So you can't walk that back now, because he's already put that into existence.
Yes.
Number 2, if you want to talk about loyalty, one guy that is on the LIV Tour actually started his career on the DP World Tour.
And
his name is Brooks Koepka. And the only reason he left it was because he qualified. No, I'm talking about Koepka said.
What about Stinson? What about Stinson? Stinson could have made $1 billion on the PGA Tour, but
Stinson, Sergio at the beginning of his career, Westwood at the beginning of his career, all these guys have earned their spot. So for you to say that they haven't earned it, BS. They have put in more time than you, man. Stinson and Sergio have really put in more years than you have been on tour. So just stop with that.
Stupid.
But even somebody, an American, Koepka, left FSU and joined the DP World Tour, what was then the European Tour, and qualified for all the events he needed to play in the American or the PGA Tour. So just stop with people haven't earned it. They've put their time in. Your buddy ain't special. He's got to put his time in, but he's got to win in order to move on. That's how that works. That's like it does with everybody. Talk to those Corn Ferry guys that were number 26 this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. The points that they only want world ranking points. Well, you only want Ryder Cup points. So okay, what do we do now? That's the only reason you're over there. That's the only reason you're over there. And don't even try to pretend it's this loyalty thing. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with anything.
If you're feeling from the body, give your spot up, John. Give your spot up and hope that the captain of the European Tour picks you to be on the Ryder Cup team.
Exactly.
Give up your spot. If it's that important for your buddy to be in it, give your spot up.
Exactly. All right, hit the Billy Horschel real quick.
And then the Horschel one, which this really hit close to home. And the reason being is because he did name names.
Yeah.
And he went international and American. Abraham Answer, Taylor Gooch. You have never played in this tournament. You've never supported the European Tour. Why are you here?
Because they have to be.
Exactly. You are here for one reason. That's to try to get world ranking points because you don't have it.
No shit.
It's hypocritical, Horschel.
Not hypocritical. It's not hypocritical at all.
I don't think so either. He's using the
doesn't understand the word hypocrite. He does not understand the word hypocrite.
He said to come over here and play outside LIV when your big thing was to spend more time with family and want to play less golf.
They do want to play less golf. They don't have an option, Billy. They don't have an option. Be honest. Don't be intellectually honest here. If they could not play
in this event to get world ranking points, they would not play in it. They don't have a choice because y'all are being, about this whole thing. Everybody's don't let them. If they could get world ranking points from their events, which I feel like they deserve, if they could get world ranking points, they wouldn't play in your events. You have given them no option. They don't want to play in these other events. And you know what? Still 8 events plus, a handful here or there is still less than what they're going to have to play 20 plus on the PGA Tour. So you're dumb. You're dumb in 2 languages, like off the movie roll. You're dumb in 3 languages.
Yes.
Dumb all over,
Congratulations, you're dumb in 3 languages.
just dumb all over the place.
I will say this: the thing that's going to get personal and it's going to lead to locker room talk. I'm not surprised if you see cold shoulders on the course. Maybe these guys aren't smart enough to think on their own. Come on, bro. You can't say that.
You're not smart enough to complete a coherent sentence.
That's the thing. You can't say that about somebody that you just were teeing it up against the next. Hey, maybe these guys aren't smart enough to think on their own. Okay. Money talks, Billy. Look at the Polo logo on your shirt. Look at the polo pants you're wearing.
Such a
look
joke.
at the Titleist. Look at the Titleist video you did that JT photobombed you in that you were doing specifically for a product. Don't tell me that it's not about the money. Otherwise, wear everything logoless and play generic clubs, or at least grind the name off the clubs. Shut up. Spare me.
I want to hear one
PGA Tour player. One. I just want to hear one say, I'm fired up to go over there and beat their ass.
Yes.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go over there and
Thank
show
you.
that we're the best. I can't wait for somebody to say that. Jon Rahm, JT, somebody, please, for the love of God, be a man. Be a man and say, I'm about to go wax these cats and show you who the best golfers are in the world. Somebody, please,
Yes.
PGA Tour, I'm begging you. I'm absolutely begging you. Someone come forward and be a man. That's all I'm asking.
Let me
Be
tell
a
you something.
man and
Y'all
don't
have-
be a whiner.
Y'all have wanted PGA Tour. You've wanted JT and Rory to be your guy. JT can be your guy. He's got that alpha syndrome in him. Now, granted, he didn't win as much as he wanted to this year, but he has that dog in him that everybody talks about all the time.
Yes.
Stick it on his shoulders and let him go, you know what? F these guys. I'm going to go out and I'm going to whoop. Like, that's the thing is the guys complain about them playing this weekend. It would be so awesome if one of them said, I'm glad they're here. I'm fixing to prove why they don't need to be playing on the PGA Tour and why they took a job.
Why they
on
ran.
the
They
LIV
ran
Tour.
because they're scared. I'm going to show you what they were scared of.
I really wish somebody
Let me
would
write
say that.
somebody's speech. Let me write somebody's damn press conference
Yes.
notes. Please, because this is getting pathetic. Let me tell you what's not pathetic, though. That is the Blue Tees rangefinder. The price,
Yes.
you may look at the price and say, wow, that's pathetic. But when you see the features that it has, you're like, wow, why would I ever spend $600 on a rangefinder again? Toggle on and off slope, infrared lock on, buzz lock on, magnet on the side, scan mode. They have it all. They send you stickers when you order. Use coupon code DADBOD, take 10% off. Already incredible savings, and then just light the pins up and be happy that you didn't spend that much money. You could take that extra, go dump it in at Bet Online. I mean, there's so many things you could do with the money that you save by using Blue Tees. It's where rangefinders start. All right, last thing we want to talk
Blue
about.
Tees. Send the check.
BlueTees.com. Send the check. All right, the last thing we want to talk about really quick. We had a funny semi-fight today that we want to share. I think it's funny, and then just get y'all's opinion. It's going to be real quick. Ben, if you want to set it up real quick, what was the discussion?
Nelly Corda her putter got shown on golf.com as saying on the back of it stamped, go to your home on the back of the club.
go home ball.
Go home ball.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Which nobody
Happy
says.
Gilmore, whatever. So I screenshot it and I send it to Nate and to Kyle. And then all of a sudden, Kyle goes, that's sacrilegious.
And I said, meh. Beautiful
He did.
circle tee, beautiful jet black circle tee, like
Stainless Newport 2 type model.
Which started the comment of Nate called out Kyle and said, what are you, a putter expert now? Because Kyle does have a little side gig where he's trying to hook us up with stuff, and which I do need to send my Red X to you because I want to send it up and get that taken care of. So
Yes.
even though I'm sitting here bashing you and saying that you shouldn't be doing this, I'm fixing to send some business your way.
There we go.
But Kyle all of a sudden has
putter
become
expert.
the putter expert and the sanctimonious of you can't stamp.
A circle
Apparently
tee.
you can stamp any putter but a Scotty.
You can't stamp a Scotty with slogans. That's the dumbest thing ever. You can put your initials.
That's the dumbest take I've ever
Oh.
seen.
Go home ball. Who even says that? Who even said? I don't even think that's a saying. Nobody says that. So you ran out of space and you just
Happy
made something.
Gilmore.
No, he said go to your home. Go to your home, not go
You know,
home
that didn't fit on the putter, Kyle.
exactly, because you
had
don't
to
put
make
slogans on a putter.
This is Nelly Corda. This is the most amazing swing in golf, one of the most amazing putter strokes in golf. And Kyle has the audacity to say that the fact that she dresses up her putter, which by the way is black with purple trim, and it is phenomenal.
I
Thank
love
you,
black.
Nelly
And
Corda.
I love purple paint fills. Anything you want to do, just please
But apparently
don't
you
stamp.
can't
Don't stamp.
it.
Read and
roll. Don't stamp read and roll. Trust the line. Go home ball. Don't stamp slogans on your putter. If you want to put your
here's the best
initials,
part. Here's
that's
the
fine.
hypocritical part
No,
about
it's
Kyle.
not.
You ready for this? Is he gets to put customary grips on his clubs. He gets to put
not a
custom
putter.
head covers
Not a
on
putter head.
his
It's not a
clubs.
Scotty putter head.
He gets to. You didn't say that. We didn't ask you about this. Can you stamp wedges?
It's pretty dumb too. If it's your initials, that's fine. If you stamp wedges, it's kind of dumb too.
You know what's dumb is your take on this, because everybody's sitting there going, "It would be so cool."
No,
to do.
the
and
thing
I can
is,
say that because they made fun of me. They were like, well,
wedges,
Ben logos everything. He puts all kinds of marks on everything. His shoes.
wedges are not the Scotty Camerons are the holy grail. Like you can't like they. And another thing is, I look at it from a resale point of view as well. So, so if I can't,
So this is a
what can I
financial
do?
decision for you.
What can I
not an
do with a
emotional
putter that
decision.
says "Go Home Ball" on it?
You know what? If you tell me that it was stroked by Nelly Corda, you can sell it to me.
That's
How about
different.
that?
That's different.
No, it's not.
That's different. That's different.
No,
In
it's
general,
not. So
in
other words,
general,
it has to fit your narrative in order for
no,
somebody
no,
to
no,
stamp
no.
it.
I just think slogans in general on Scotty Camerons, don't do it. Don't stamp it on the neck. Don't stamp it on the sole. Don't stamp. You can, if you want to put your initials on the toe, that's kind of cool. I like that. You can hand it down. Say, hey, this is my this is my putter.
Stamping means no stamping.
I said from the beginning, I qualified it immediately in the discussion. Initials or names are okay. Slogans, absolutely not.
Let me
Do
tell
not
you
put
what's going to happen.
Don't put a slogan on your foot joys. Don't put a slogan on your.
Shut your mouth.
Don't put a slogan on your
There's
Scotty
a
Cameron.
reason they personalize foot joys. Okay.
No, don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
How many times have you said, "I love those shoes"?
I love that. I love the ones you don't have.
You've never dissed my shoes ever. You've never dissed them.
It's because I know they mean a lot to you, Ben. This is the first day where I've just had to say something. Just had to say something.
I can't wait till Nate hears this tomorrow on his drive home. He's gonna be so pissed at you right now.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
He's gonna stop with his new board and fight you at your house tomorrow when he gets home.
Nope. He's in love. He's in total softy mode. So that's fine. All right. So
I
really hate he's not here to help me in this argument.
We'll talk about it again on Friday. Ben, thanks for jumping on. We miss you, Nate. We'll see you on Friday, hopefully. If not, I get it. Me and Ben will rock it again.
Hey, by the way, mom and baby are all good. He told us everybody's great. Everybody is doing well and perfect. Some of you have reached out, and I got 2 texts today. There was like, "Hey, has Nate had his baby?" And I was like, "Yeah, I forgot. Kyle and I have it potted." Exactly. So yes.
So we'll talk some more about the JG Wentworth 877 Cash Now open on Friday.
Somebody will say something stupid again, and we'll talk about that. Liv will have some other great idea probably and drop it, and we'll talk about it. So have a great rest of the week. It's episode 223. And don't stamp your putter with slogans. Have a great day.
Don't listen to Kyle, by the way.
Bye.
Always stamping putters.
Never stamp it.